I'm Ev. I shall be reading from All the Good devotional book. December 26th devotional was written by Monica Beecham. Isaiah 6:8. Then I heard the Lord's voice saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for me?" I said, "I'm here, send me." I've never been a great language learner, although I've tried my hand at several: French, Spanish, Latin, Biblical Greek. You can ask my teachers, whether from lack of skill or lack of discipline, or probably both, I wasn't a star language student. But I love the idea of languages. I love that my bilingual friends often dream in more than one language. I love that some languages have words for things that English does not. Since I don't know how to pronounce Swedish, I will spell this word for you. Lagom in Swedish means just the right amount of something. And it also refers to having a balanced life. In Tagalog, Gigil means the overwhelming of your self-control. Like when the cuteness of something makes you want to hug it so much that you can't control yourself. I love that these concepts, even if I can't speak the language, expand how I think about things. When the prophet Isaiah is called to that ministry, initially he protests saying, "But I am a man of impure lips." So an angel comes with a burning coal and purifies Isaiah's lips. A teacher once said that before this sign act, Isaiah spoke in prose, the language of ordinary folks. Now Isaiah is able to speak in poetry, the language of the prophets. So when God asks, "Will you go for me?" Isaiah now feels equipped to say, "I'm here, send me." Isaiah now speaks the language of God. All of us, whether we're good language students or not, have the same experience when we are called to be a part of God's work in the world. All of us, when we listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit, begin to hear and understand in new ways. The world speaks of the great skills of talented people. But we understand that everything is done by God's power, not our own, and that all our skills are just gifts from God. The world speaks of individual accomplishment and seeking good just for ourselves. But in God's language, everything is done for the good of all creation. The world speaks of resources being limited. God's language reminds us of the great abundance that is enough for everyone. It is a new way of thinking, speaking, and acting in the world. It is the language of transformation. When we begin to think and live in that language, things around us change. The anticipation of the coming of Jesus, both into the manger and into the world again, is a reminder of this language of transformation, which is in fact our mother tongue. As you look for this new birth, how are you using God's language? And how does this new language change you and change the world around you?